Hello, my love. If you are someone who struggles with stress and anxiety and you feel like you are often in a state of fight or flight, then I have something very supportive for you. So I personally have struggled with this a lot in my life, and for those of you who don't know parts of my backstory, I had extreme anxiety for the first 25 or 26 years of my life, and I hid it very well where so many people didn't realize, and I looked kind of as calm as I come across now, but internally I was just this like whirlwind of anxiety, stress, constant fear and overwhelm and doubt and all the different things. And it created a lot of experiences where I obviously didn't know it at the time, but where I was in like a fight or flight response or a freeze response. And this impacted so many areas of my life. So I know what it's like to feel limited by that and to feel stuck in this place where you're wanting to do certain things, or you're dreaming and desiring more, or you know you're meant for more and capable of more, but there's like this fear, this anxiety, this freezing that's holding you back. And then it keeps you in a place where you're stuck in those really heavily charged and activated emotions instead of going out in the world that you want to. So what I've just put together is a really powerful quantum healing hypnosis activation. I'm dropping the links down in the description below, and I will come back around at the end. There's a couple ways that you can get access to it, but this was actually a request from one of the women inside my monthly membership group, and it was so powerful. Like, I'm so glad she brought it up because she was wanting assistance in like, how do we regulate a really activated nervous system, and how do I continue to create and try to stretch and expand into these next chapters when I feel like this is what's going on all the time. And as I said, from my own experience, I know that it feels kind of like you're stuck in survival mode sometimes, where you're like, I'm just trying to get by. Like, I can't imagine the bigness or the things that I do want, because right now I'm just struggling with the day-to-day. I'm struggling to feel confident and calm and empowered in what's going on, and to feel like I can handle the things that are in my control, but also to manage and handle the things that are out of my control, right? So it was such a beautiful request from her, and it got me thinking about, obviously I talk about the subconscious mind very often and your energetic fields, but your physical body also holds on to past experiences. And so all these aspects of ourself, we are the most intelligent design in terms of like an operating system. But the issue is with the programming, right? I talk about this all the time. Our baseline frequency is beautiful. It's like whole. It's divine. It's so supported. It's the programming, the experiences from our childhood, the beliefs that those created, right? The traumas or those moments that did feel scary, and our body has held on to them, and now we feel constricted or we feel ourselves tightening up. It's also the things that in our childhood and in that programming have influenced our energetic field. And so where our aura is usually this beautiful, radiant, like expansive field around us that is helping to magnetize and attract and draw in, well, if we are programmed, or if we're inundated with lots of heavy things and fears and problems and all of that, then that kind of shrinks and constricts as well, right? So all these aspects that were actually designed, I believe, by a very loving creator, and will actually allow us to create such beautiful, harmonious experiences on the planet, and impacts and just powerful emotions of love and peace and harmony and empathy and all this beautiful opportunity. We were designed for that, and yet because of the way things have been on the earth, because of intergenerational trauma because of the systems of control and enslavement and really poor treatment towards one another and all this inequality. It's all of those things that in a way sort of damaged us and damaged our divine design, or have influenced and then created more of these constrictions and fear-based narratives, as well as that deep need to protect ourselves. So one thing I've learned and noticed for myself over the years with working with the nervous system is that the more I create the safety within through my own physical body and learning how to feel safe in my body, because a lot of times my anxiety and my feeling of freeze. I was like fight, flight, freeze. My feelings of freeze often cause me to disassociate, where kind of my soul would just leave my body. And that was how I managed things that were too heavy for me to be a part of. It's taken years of working on, okay, how can I come back down? How can I feel embodied? How can I feel grounded and safe? How can I feel protected within myself? How can I let go of the need to control all these things outside of me that are going on that I wish I could change, but I can't? And instead of that causing me more anxiety or more stress, how do I remain within myself? How do I heal the past traumas so that I'm no longer being pulled into this fight, flight, freeze, shut down, and I can go about my life and move forward freely without those experiences? So I've spent years doing this in my own life, and the work with the nervous system has obviously been a huge part of that. It's why I prioritize peace, because I feel like that is what we deserve, but it's a standard that many people don't hold. And I personally have worked very hard to uphold that standard for myself and for my life of, I want to be able to create experiences that feel restful, relaxed, easy, aligned, magical, joy-filled, and to have relationships where it's this beautiful, harmonious, equal energy exchange, and not things that are someone talking down and my energetic system collapsing into fight or flight or freeze. I don't believe I deserve that. I don't believe anyone deserves that. So I've done the work to shift things, both in how I hold myself and the beliefs I have about myself, and then the physical body responses, so that I don't have that shutdown and I can actually take up space in the places that I used to collapse, right? So it's this beautiful dance of all those aspects of ourselves. But if this is something you're looking for support with, there are two different ways to get the activation. So it is inside my monthly membership, where you get daily messages from me, a weekly quantum healing hypnosis activation like this one, and a monthly coaching call, a group Q&A, so that you can have support and I can assist you with whatever's coming up in your life. That is $33.33 per month. And you get access to all the past activations in there as well. So there are a bundle of incredible healing and hypnosis recordings that will assist you with so many different things. That is all inside the group. So the link for that is in the description. The other option is to just grab the activation by itself, which is $55.55. And you will get this really powerful healing activation that I've just recorded that is all about your nervous system and allowing you to feel the peace, the harmony, the ease, allowing yourself to feel protected and wrapped in the loving energy of the divine creator, and to feel your own strength anchoring in, allowing yourself to reprogram how you show up in these moments of stress. And so where you have maybe been in a default, like I was, of you go into the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response. I forgot that one earlier, but you go into that kind of default because it's like It's how your body has been trained to respond from childhood. And this activation is helping you shift that and start to see the new default of, as I said for myself, like, how do I hold myself in that situation? How do I feel that I'm regulating my breath and my body? How am I able to speak up or walk away or handle it in the best case scenario for myself? All of this is part of that activation. So if you just want the activation alone, the link for that is also in the description for 5555. But either way, I hope this supports you. This has been, as I said, life-changing work for myself over the years. And this is an activation that I think everyone needs, because we live in a world where there's always stress and chaos and mayhem. And until we're able to change those systems, God willing, it happens sooner than later. That is the current reality. So the most important thing we can do is learn how to maintain ourselves and keep our own equilibrium, so that then we can handle those situations the best way for ourselves and the best way for the collective moving forward, right? So learning how to control and regulate yourself is going to be the key to freedom. And I believe it's also why they never taught us it in school, because they didn't want us to be regulated. They didn't want us to be empowered within ourselves. And so every single time you create a shift within, whether that's with your subconscious and the beliefs that you're holding, whether it's with your energy and what frequency you're operating at, whether it's with your body and your nervous system and the regulatory responses, right? Every time you empower yourself by being more in control of that, of your own system, you are breaking free from the system of enslavement that wants you to be so out of control that you can be controlled by someone else. Bring your power back. Let's get empowered. Let's control ourselves, regulate ourselves. This is going to help you do that. So the link for both of those options is below. I'm sending you so much love. I can't wait to support you with this and hopefully see you inside.